Hey, what is going on guys, and welcome to a new video. A few days ago I came across an article on Eurogamer written by Richard Leadbetter from Digital Foundry, where he digs deeper into that prediction from the analyst Damian Thong, who stated that the PS5 could potentially hit the market in late 2018. The article is pretty long but very informative, so I wanted to kind of summarize the main points and share them with you guys in case you don't have the time to read the whole thing. For those of you who want to read, the article is linked in the video description below. In regard of a new generation of consoles, the article cites the PlayStation system architect Mark Cerny, who made a statement about the core aspects of a new console generation. So Mark Cerny says, each new generation brings with it a new set of capabilities, CPUs, GPUs and the like, but also controllers and new types of display devices. If you go back to the 70s, it was color TV. That was the new display device. These capabilities unlock new potential for the type of games that can be created. For example, increased CPU power might not seem like a game changer, but it actually allows for much better enemy AI, more enemy characters, better world simulation and a whole host of other evolutions in the game experience. So that's the one side according to Mark Cerny. But of course there is also another side. He continues, the flip side of that new potential is that the game creators who we depend on to create the experiences that will meet the ever-increasing expectations of the gamers, those game creators have to adapt to the new tools and technologies that we provide. That is certainly a disruption of sorts. It's a good one because it allows for those important breakthrough experiences, but it definitely has an associated cost. So, for Cerny, a new generation console would have to move to a new CPU architecture, get a massive increase in graphics power, have significantly more and faster memory, and of course offer more storage space for games that are becoming bigger and bigger. In theory, a new console late 2018, which would meet those requirements, is absolutely possible. The most important question, however, is whether the new console could be considered a real generational leap. Cerny also stated that a new console would need 8 teraflops of GPU power in order to run games in native 4K at a reasonable frame rate. Of course 60 FPS would be best. As for potential CPU, it's pretty safe to assume that a new console will get the new Ryzen CPUs from AMD. And it is also very likely to see AMD's Vega graphics architecture in a future console. 8 teraflops GPU power sounds for sure neat, but the question is whether or not this is a real game changer in terms of generational leaps, as those historically mean 6 times or 8 times more powerful machines than the ones before. A potential PS5 with 8 teraflops would be 4.2 times faster than the base PS4 and only 1.9 times faster than the Pro. Now, that does not exactly sound like a true generational leap, to be honest. Another crucial point is the memory used in the new console. It has to be more and it has to be faster than the current one. And there is new and fast memory in the works, and Sony for sure is already experimenting with it, as it is pretty safe to assume that they internally are already working on the PS5. But the problem is that it is probably still too expensive, and the same can be said about a new CPU and a new GPU. Consoles have to appeal to a mass market. You can't put machines out there for way over $500. They simply would not sell. So the hardware must be chosen wisely. Just because the hardware exists, it doesn't necessarily mean that it will find its way into the console. And there is also the question of the storage space. Normal hard drives probably will not cut it anymore, so we can assume that there will be some sort of solid state drive in a new console. But then again, at what cost? The 1 TB in the PS4 Pro and Project Scorpio are already considered the minimum. And I think we all know how expensive even a 2 TB SSD is. So to wrap things up, sure, a new console late 2018 is possible, but it will probably not be that much more powerful in order to be considered a true generational leap. And if one would try to build it that way, then it is pretty safe to assume that it will be a big challenge to produce the console at a cost that is viable for the mass market. Okay guys, these were the most important aspects of the article. I hope you guys enjoyed listening, and as I stated at the beginning, feel free to check out the article by yourselves. If you liked the video, please consider giving a thumbs up and maybe subscribe to my channel. Have a great day!